Hello, Diseases of the 21st Century students. My name is Carolyn Jomso, and I will be your linked librarian for this class. That means that I am available via phone, email, or Twitter to help you with your research as you prepare for the Global Abstract assignment. What I'm here to do today is introduce you to the library guide for the class, which will be your own portal that will help you with the research you need to get the Global Abstract completed. What I'd like to do is talk a little bit about the Global Abstract assignment and also show you some resources that can help you pick a topic for that assignment. Now, for the assignment, you are supposed to pick a disease that is global in nature that is not covered in class. This could be a little bit challenging at this point in the semester because you might not know all that much about diseases yet or aren't aware of which ones are global. I'm going to help you find that information so that you can pick a topic that you will be interested in. If you look at the screen in front of you, this is the opening screen of the Blackboard site for the Diseases of the 21st Century class. What I'd like you to do is follow me as I go to this link at the very bottom. It's called Ask the Librarian. And if you click on that link, it will bring you to a page that has information about me and how you can get in touch with me, my phone number, my email. And if you scroll down a little more, there's a link into the UNHM Librarians Twitter page. Again, I'm going to be monitoring the class via Twitter, so you can always tweet me a question that you have and I can work with you on that. The third link right here is the Diseases Research Guide. If you click that link, you will get a new screen opening up, and this is the research guide or the library guide, the portal for the class. The opening page has information about the assignment and also how to get in touch with the library. You'll notice the tabs at the top. One is picking a global abstract topic. That's the tab we're going to be focusing on today. There is also an articles tab. The next video that you'll be watching has information about how to look for the resources you'll need for the Global Abstract assignment once you have actually picked a topic. There's a tab on how to write in APA style. There's another one that has information about how to write the abstract itself. But today we're going to be focusing on the Picking a Global Abstract topic. If you click on that tab, it brings you to information that I have linked you to that again can get you started at this point in the class if you're not that sure about what your topic, what disease you actually want to pick. What I've done, if you scroll down a little ways, is in these boxes that say Scientific American, Discover, Science Daily, New York Times, and Popular Science, I've linked you into the RSS feeds for those particular science magazines. What you can do is take a look at some of these headings. This is very, very current news in the area of diseases or health and medicine. So for example, if I look at Scientific American, I notice that there's an article on West Nile virus and Lyme disease spreading across the United States. If I wanted to find out more about that, I can click the link and it will bring me to an article in Scientific American. It actually does have an author, which is important. And if you take a look, it has information about the spread of those particular diseases in the US currently. If you want to X out of there, you can look at some of the other resources as well. So for example, I've noticed in Popular Science, there's information on MERS or MERS. When I click on that, I learn that MERS stands for Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. Is that right? Yes, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. And there's information about the fact that it's been spotted in the US, but where it arises, what the symptoms are, information such as that. So you might decide to actually focus on that particular topic. One thing to keep in mind is that not all of the resources I'm linking you to on this particular tab, the picking a topic tab can actually be used in the abstract. However, some of them can be. So for example, this one, which is from Popular Science and actually has an author, could be used potentially as a source in the paper. You would want to talk to your professor, Dr. Patricia Halpin, about that and make sure that this source would be acceptable. So those particular RSS feeds are places that you can look to get ideas for what diseases, what conditions are in the news right now, and they may give you some ideas. Now, in this very, very first box here, I've linked you into several resources that are also going to be very helpful for you. One of them is this website. It's the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That's a U.S. government website that has information for consumers about a variety of different health issues. Now, because this is a website, it's not something that you could actually use in your paper. But again, it's wonderful for getting background information and also ideas for topics. If you look at these links at the top, there's one on diseases and conditions, one on healthy living, and one on traveler's health. I'd like to call your attention to that, because remember that you're looking for a disease that is global, not just confined to a certain area. What you could do is take a look here, for example, at the travel notices. This is information that the CDC puts online for people who might be traveling to different parts of the world to let them know about what the health conditions there are. What we find is a fairly recent update from May 12th on MERS or MERS in the Arabian Peninsula. So here again we're getting some information about MERS that we had seen in an online magazine earlier. It gives the current situation, a map, and basic information. Now again, this isn't a source you can use in the paper, but it can give you some ideas. If I look down at the next one, polio in Syria, polio in Cameroon, polio in Equatorial Guinea, it's polio in Kenya. It sounds like polio is becoming more widespread in other parts of the world. That could be a disease that you focus on. If we scroll down a little bit more, Ebola in Liberia, Ebola in Guinea, there have been Ebola outbreaks, and it's giving you information about that. Measles in the Philippines, chikungunya disease in the Caribbean. That might be a disease you've never heard of, but once you take a look at it, find out a little information, this may be the disease that you end up focusing on for your paper. So having looked at the CDC site, oops, and I X'd us right out of the guide. I just went back and opened it up, going to picking a global abstract topic. You can use some of these. So once you've picked a disease after looking maybe at the CDC site, maybe looking at some of the RSS feeds, I've linked you in to some online encyclopedias. These are encyclopedias that are accessible through the UNH libraries. One of them is Access Science, the other Encyclopedia Britannica. Access Science can be used in your paper itself as a source, provided that there is an author for the entry, but it can be used for definition purposes only. So for example, if you decided that you wanted to focus on, let's say, polio, you could type in polio, click search, and you get several results for polio, including information on polio eradication. So if we wanted to take a look there, it's giving information about the actual disease, some historical highlights, the virus itself, primary infection, and I want to call your attention to the fact up here that the article is by someone named Dr. John Harley from New York University. This is an article that you could use, an encyclopedia article, to help define polio should that be what you decided to focus on for the abstract. Now heading back, again, I'm showing you how to use Access Science as an actual source once you've decided on which disease you want to focus on, but you can also use Access Science to get ideas for topics. So for example, you'll notice there are a variety of sort of subcategories here, one of which is health sciences. If I focus on health sciences and then over here on the left go into infectious diseases and epidemiology, I get information about a variety of different diseases, some of which are probably global. So for example, cholera comes up. If I click on that particular article, again, it has an author. I can read about it, find out where it is prevalent, and then decide if maybe this is a disease that I want to focus on. Okay, so I'm just going to X back and head back to the main guide. And here we are. Over here I've also linked you into some YouTube science channels, and you'll notice that the one we've embedded here is the top 5 deadliest diseases. It's perfectly okay to take a look at online videos and things like that, again with the idea that you're just looking for a disease that is global, that you feel that there'll be a lot of information about and that you're interested in, so that you'll want to actually write that abstract, that small paper about the disease. So this is information about how to use the library guide for the class and how to pick a paper topic, some resources you can check out. Your assignment now is to pick a disease and tweet it to your classmates and to your instructor as well. And in that tweet you want to include how you found out about that disease or where you got it. If you used one of the resources we've talked about in this particular guide, then be sure to let us know, whether it was the CDC, whether it was Popular Science, Access Science, or maybe you just heard about it on the news. That's fine too. So again, my name is Carolyn Jomso. I'll be your librarian for the class. In the next video that you'll be assigned to watch, I will explain how to take your topic that you've picked, your disease, and go into this Articles tab to find journal articles, science magazine articles, and newspaper articles that you can use to write your abstract. Thank you.